Hi, my name is Sel the Farmer. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to Eden Dew Farms. Today, we're going to have a discussion about home gardening. With home gardening, whether you have a big backyard or a small space, you'll be able to harness that space to make some very good farm produce. The beauty of growing what you eat and even making money out of it is essential. Join me as we go through this journey. So I'm sure a lot of you will be wondering, why home gardening? Where do I start from? It's very important that you trust the source from which your food is coming from. Secondly, home gardening can actually help you to make some money, an entrepreneurial journey for you. Mind you, the gardening or the home farming or the home agri practice is not only for crops. You can also raise animals as well. Thirdly, it contributes to sustainable agriculture. When you have lots of plants in your home, you're actually absorbing a lot of carbon dioxide from the environment where you live and producing a lot of oxygen. Now, to fight the issues of food security in Africa and in Ghana, if every citizen of this continent makes it a point to grow at least vegetables and some staple food crops in their homes, I am sure that we can curb the problems of food insecurity and food shortages in our country. Therefore, they need to champion this initiative of, I mean, so a lot of times people question where to start from. But home gardening is a do it yourself approach, a DIY approach. There are lots of things you need to improvise to make your home garden, a very beautiful one. Now, when you come to my backyard, even with this small space, I've been able to grow some cabbages. I have some carrots here. I have some bell peppers here. And all these are grown organically, where I control the level of chemicals I use. You can come and see this very beautiful cabbage, which I'll be harvesting very soon. It is fulfilling to know that you are able to produce your own, crops for consumption and also for sale to make some money out of. So home gardening is the way to go. And I believe that if we all put our efforts and our hands together, we can actually have um, the issue of food insecurity and the issue of food shortages solved in this country and Africa as a whole. Yeah. Okay, so as part of home gardening, you can also raise or rear animals like you can see here. So for me, I like to have rabbits in my home. And this is one of my rabbits. They can be used as pets, and also from research, it has been found out that the fecal matter of rabbits are good as can be used for manure. Also, the urine is also rich in ammonia. So instead of using the chemical NPK and all of that, you can use their urine as a source of manure, fertilizer, and pesticide control. They are very beautiful animals to keep and not so expensive to raise at home. So I have a beautiful, pen here where I keep my rabbits. It was designed to actually harvest their urine and also their fecal matter, which I use as manure and also fertilizer, while I also use the urine for pesticide control. It's a beautiful thing to have a home garden. And as you can see, I've been able to manage the little space I have. No matter what space you have, you can do something that can bring you some money, can bring you some good food produce, and also can teach others how they can also follow the trail. One of my lots that I have here, it's going back into its cage. Mm. Okay, so I'm pretty sure by now you'll be wondering where to start from. Well, I started my home gardening from watching videos on YouTube, looking at what others are doing in their homes, and I got a lot of beautiful ideas from there. So for me, I know that the soil here is not so rich for vegetables. So I adopted the use of buckets. All you can see here are beautiful buckets that I have actually planted some vegetables in them. So here I made some carrots in the buckets. Here I have some bell peppers. Inside here I have cabbages and I have tomatoes somewhere there. I also planted some spinach, contumely leaves here. In actual fact, I just finished harvesting my okra from this side of the plot. And I plan to do some rice here because it's quite waterlogged, which I'm preparing to do next. Now, if you're able to do all these things, it means that you wouldn't spend so much money in buying these things from the market. So the benefits of home gardening cannot be underestimated. It is something you can do as a hobby while exercising, learning from crops. It boosts your mental health. It helps you to understand plants and animals and gives us a sustainable, environment. So I will encourage you to go into home gardening because the benefits far outweigh. In fact, I don't think there's any disadvantage. The benefits are enormous. Okay, so I'm sure you'll be wondering, where do I start from? The most important thing is to make sure that you have some space where you can actually do this home gardening. The space does not necessarily have to be so big or so small. Any kind of space you have, you can actually improvise to do something great. In fact, after you've gotten your space, you need to nurse your seeds. If you want to go into vegetable farming, you must have your seeds being nursed. Nursing of seeds is an act that you need to learn. You don't need any special school to learn this from. You can learn some of these things from YouTube, how to nurse pepper seeds, how to nurse tomato seeds. Out of my curiosity, I built myself a homemade nursery where I nurse seeds for myself and also I sell some of them to farmers who need some of these seeds. So here is just a structure where I have been able to control the level of sunlight with nets, and I use seed trays. This is a seed tray, an example of a seed tray. I will just have to, fill this or pack the holes with my substrate. Substrate is the medium for which my seed can grow inside very well. Some people use cocoa pit. Cocoa pit is a mixture of coconut and some, manure to nurse their seeds before they transplant them. And the advantage of this is that you're able to, I mean, track the progress of each seed in each of the boxes. And it's very essential that you can get one or two of this for your own home garden. So I'm going to demonstrate how you would actually nurse your seeds, and you would appreciate how to actually start the whole process of a home garden from nursery to harvesting. Okay, so to start with your nursery, these are the seed trays. They are empty. You can see them. This is the medium in which I grow my seeds. It's very loose medium. I make sure I fill the boxes with the small holes with them. It's very easy to do. You can do these yourselves. Now, after I have filled the holes, I can smell the. This is habanero pepper, yellow pepper, and I really love the aroma which it gives to my stew. So I love to plant habaneros. Okay, so I make sure I place a seed in each hole. A seed each. The spacing is very important. In fact, you can do different types of, vegetables in the same seed tray. So, assuming that my space is not big enough, I want to have about 10 buckets of habanero, 10 buckets of um, bell pepper or sweet pepper as it is called. I can use my seed tray, demarcate them, have 10 holes represent each of the crops. Now I bury my seeds not so deep because I want them to shoot up in no time. Now once they are buried, usually I use a wooden material to do this. Once they are buried, bury it in your improvised medium soil or anything. And here you have it. Life begins in the bucket. You can equally decide to use disposable cups that have been used already. You fetch your soil medium into it, your loamy soil. Then after you pick up you bury it inside with its roots. And then you have a new tomato plant in here. These are ways of, having a home garden. You don't need so much space. And of course, home gardening has a lot of benefits, like I said from the beginning. You can start your entrepreneurial journey as a home gardener. You can equally have very good and healthy farm produce because you know the source of what you're planting. You can also contribute to environmental sustainability. You can also, I mean, get the benefits of making some money from this hobby of yours and make the world a better place. Yes. So in about 3 weeks after the nursery, you realize that your seedlings have grown, the stems are so strong. So you can just pick one of your seedlings. You can see that it has roots, a well-developed stem. You can pick a bucket, an improvised can, anything, and then For me, I think that home gardening is the way to go if we want to curb the issue of food insecurities and food shortages in sub-Saharan Africa and the world at large.